Thank you for joining us and welcome to the first of what we hope is going to be many collaboration builds. So this one is Ultimate Strats.
Gio and I met in last year's Great Guitar Build Off, commenting on each other's videos. That turned into Instagram chats, which turned into video chats, and now Gio and I talk almost every day.
For the best part of the year, we've been trying to figure out how we work together to do something interesting. I think we get along so well because fundamentally we value the same things in guitar building, and
we're both completely into building handcrafted one-off custom guitars. So I think that's what led us to want to do this together and why we've become such great friends.
So I wanted to work with Todd because I love the stuff that he builds and I love the way he builds it. And he's a great guy as a person. I don't think I've laughed so much as I have in the last few months since we've been working together. And we have the same objectives, I think, when it comes to guitar building, which is we both want to make guitars that sound and feel really good, but also look unique using some really interesting woods.
I want to work with Gio because I feel like I can learn so much from him, especially when it comes to reeling myself in a little bit and being slightly more decisive up front, so I can actually complete a guitar a little faster with a plan. That's what I hope to gain from doing these collaborations with Gio.
We talked about doing a collaboration where we essentially build the same thing, or we build to a set of rules and see what each other does. Okay, so the rules for the build. So we've agreed it's got to be a 25.5-inch scale length. It has to be a bolt-on. The pickup positions have to be where they are in a Strat, and we need to use a trem system. So other than that, anything goes, but those are the things we have to stick to.
I think Gio's probably going to end up going classic on this thing. I think he will either use subtle hints of color, or he'll let the wood speak for itself and go with the natural finish. I think he'll go with 3 single coils. I pretty much think Gio's guitar is going to end up looking like a killer high-end custom shop Strat is what I think he's going to build.
So I know Todd pretty well now, and I know that he's a Strat guy, but I know that he's not a 3 single coil guy. I think he'll go probably HSS. And having seen his wood store, I also think whatever the top is going to be on the guitar is going to be amazing. It will probably be something stunning that I've never heard of before. Got no idea whether he'll use colour or not, but I do think the whole thing's going to be quite modern. That's my prediction.
My guitar is going to have 2 humbucking pickups on it, a bridge and a neck humbucker. I'm planning on building basically a modern super Strat. I am going with the Floyd Rose, as you guys can see. I've got the box out here. I want my guitar to end up what would be referred to as a sleeper. I want it to look elegant and classy, but I want it to be a screamer when it comes right down to it. I want this thing to be a beast.
So this is my guitar, so I'm going to go with something that's not traditional Strat woods. It'll look a little bit different, but the sound and feel is going to be vintage Strat. So I am going to go with 3 single coils. I'll make some changes, I think, to the electronics, but fundamentally mine's going to be an original Strat. We're going to meet back here in a few minutes for a chat about what we both came up with, but we're going to start where we always start, making the necks. that looks good. So time to mark out the neck shape on here now and think about getting that cut.
I want you guys to look at that fretboard. Oh my goodness. Happy does not begin to describe what I feel about this thing. This is so awesome. This could be my favorite neck so far.
Okay, good morning South Carolina.
Good morning, Italy.
So we've just got for the first time an idea about where each of us are going with these two builds. So do you want to give us a rundown on your neck?
Sure. As most of you guys know, I used Morado for the main part of this neck. One piece neck, completely off label for me. I did do the astrolabe holes up here on the headstock. We got a pale moon ebony fretboard, 22 frets. I used a 2.8 millimeter extra hard nickel silver fret wire in this thing. One fret marker on the 12th, brass tube with the mother of pearl inlay, matching side dot inlays down the neck. What I've done is offset my center line by 5 millimeters towards the base side and made that my high point down the back of the neck. So there's a gentle slope from that line over to the treble side. It's so comfortable in the hand. I am really pleased with this thing.
Well, I think it's absolutely beautiful. It really looks stunning, and I can see already, because we've seen the intro now. We've seen the edit and the intro and the cut for these. So I think I'd predicted that you were going to go modern on your build. So that is clearly the way that you're going, based on the headstock. That seems to be the way that you are going.
I am. You know, I'm a Strat guy, as you know, Gio, but I did not want to build a Fender. And I said that I was doing a modern, my take on a modern Super Strat, basically. So what about you, Gio? Let's see your neck. I predicted that you would go classic and elegant on this thing.
So I've got a single piece walnut neck with an Indian Rosewood fretboard. I did a perfect C which is slightly more of a taper, a slightly steeper taper than I've done previously, but it's definitely not the last time that I'm going to use it because it's actually really comfortable. So the bit that you can't see, the grain when you just look at it in the camera, you can't see it much because it's really quite dark, but on the pictures there's a very subtle but a really pretty grain that runs all the way through this. The idea of it being that simple is that I'm really not going simple on the body, and I'm still slightly kind of stressing about the top that I've picked because it is quite loud. And the fret markers that I've used, which are the little metallic orange dot inlays, gives a pretty good clue for what I'm planning to do for the body for this.
I love those. I love the dots on your guitar. I love that dark orange metallic look. It's subtle, and I think it looks really great up against that Indian Rosewood. So you've made a really wise choice there, man. Myself, I've got an Indian Rosewood top. I've got a few top sets put aside in the shop that, you know, I have to start checking myself every once in a while to make sure I don't end up with 45 guitars that I build and keep. You know how I am.
Okay, I'm going to have to say, one of the things people have got no idea of is that of all the messages that we send each other every week, I'm guaranteed to get 2 from you. So the first one is a picture of the blue chair outside of your place with like 3 or 4 really beautiful bits of wood on that you've just had delivered, closely followed by the second message that says,
I'm not buying any more wood.
yeah, till next week.
Yeah, you know that is absolutely just me trying to reel myself in a little. I swear, I have got so much wood.
Well, I think we should probably, on that note then, we should have a chat about the tops. Oh, actually, sorry, before we have a chat about the tops, one thing I did notice is that neither of us have carved our heel yet. So I'm assuming that we're both using some kind of tapered heel arrangement on the body. I know I am.
Yeah, I'm using a tapered heel for sure. I like to carve that so it flows up into the body. So I really didn't feel comfortable carrying this heel any further than it is right now.
Okay, we took a quick interval there, Todd, because we've just decided that we're going to take a look at the tops for these because it does add a bit of context. So we both chose the wood for our neck and our fretboard and the bodies before we started the whole thing. So we did choose the necks based on what we were going to want to use for the bodies, and having seen yours and mine, we've both gone fairly simple on the necks. So I'm assuming neither of us are going particularly simple on the bodies. So do you want to give us a look at yours first?
Sure. I am using a Morado top, and it is spectacular. It looks like an alien spider. I can't think of any other thing to describe it. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's on the thin side, so what I'm actually thinking about doing is doing a double top. So I'm really excited to get working on the body for this thing. I think it's going to wind up being really, really special.
I remember you sending me the picture of that top, and it's right up my street. I just thought that's exactly the kind of top that I like to use. So we'll see what we can do, but I'm going with Poplar Burl. And you know how much Poplar Burl I've bought over the last few months, but this is a particularly busy piece that I've prepped. So from here, it doesn't look that interesting, but that's because I've taken all of I've planed it down and I've taken it all down to the correct thickness. So what I'll do quickly, just to give you a bit of an idea, so this piece is one that's just got a bit of oil on, and it's an unprepped piece. In fact, this is one of the pieces that I'm sending you, Todd.
Oh my God, man. How thick is that?
It's thick. It's about 17 mil thick, so you should get at least a couple of tops out of it if that's your thing.
Oh, that's my thing.
Okay, that's probably about as far as we want to go on the spoilers for the next episode, but I'm really looking forward now to seeing your bodybuilding episode, Todd.
I'm looking forward to your body as well, Gio. No, that ain't happening. That sounds like a sexual advance. I'm looking forward to... Well, I could do it again. Let me think about this for a second.
I think we should use all of these for the outtakes.
Right. Oh, they're rehearsing this shit.
We won't tell people that we've been doing it for an hour and a half.
That notification bell. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do as well, Gio. That's going to do it for us. We're going to wrap up the neck episode. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. Be on the lookout for the body episode. That video is coming soon to Gio's channel. We'll see you guys there. Something like that. They're not doing this off the cuff. I thought Sweet Tea was like on the fly.